Right now, we're going to welcome our next live guest. You might recognize him from his appearance last week here on FreightWaves. Max Farrell, CEO over at Workhound. And Max, you guys have some really exciting news this week dropping from Workhound.
Yeah, we're thrilled to announce our Series A fundraise. We raised $12 million from Level Equity. So really excited to kickstart the next phase of our business.
And that's super great to hear about you guys there at Workhound. We know that the venture capital market right now is just absolutely white hot, right? Especially when it comes to freight tech and investing in transportation as a whole. Can you talk a little bit about the decision to pursue a Series A funding round in this type of freight market and what that means for the success of Workhound now in the future?
Yeah, for sure. So as we've grown our business, we've always wanted to do it in a way where we can control our own destiny. And we've done that over the years. We've been lean and scrappy to date. And our whole thing when we started the company was that we want to help people love the work they do. And we saw an opportunity in trucking and also across the supply chain that all these companies are trying to figure out how do we just keep our workforce filled. But they kept focusing on filling the top of this leaky bucket, where for years we've been focused on how do you patch up this leaky bucket. And now it's just time to amplify our impact and really build out some more things to help us fulfill that mission.
And Max, one of the things, of course, I love at Workhound, what you guys do is really focus in on those that are in the trenches, those that are really pertinent to the supply chain. With this funding coming through, what does that really tell you about, where attention is and really is kind of going to the supply chain as we kind of see this funding coming through?
Yeah, so for Workhound, at our core, we're a real-time feedback loop and communications platform. And when you think about gathering feedback, that's the easy part. Anybody can go out and do that. The really tough thing is analyzing that data and taking action on it. And that's one of the things that Workhound is incredibly good at. And so we've built out a number of features and tools to help companies do that. Now's the time to help companies do more. I mean, we've seen companies in the past few years see their annualized turnover decrease by up to 50% just by rolling up their sleeves, taking a look at the feedback, and embracing a culture of curiosity. And the most innovative companies in the country, especially in the supply chain, are actively trying to figure out, how do I get better today? And listening to your people is a great way to start.
That culture of curiosity factor is something that I think a lot of corporate America hasn't really been baked into, right? We were built kind of on this idea of this is the one way and it's always going to be that way. You've got your people, they're going to work hard, you're going to make money, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. But the pandemic has really changed a lot of people's desire. And now instead of, living to work, we're kind of figuring out that we should work to live instead. And companies need to take notice of that. But it can be hard from a top down to figure out the right questions to ask and the right way to collect that data. So you guys put that system into purpose, right? You figure out what questions should we be asking and how can we be making that data actionable. Have you guys gotten any feedback on the types of questions you ask or the types of polls that you do, the types of data you produce? And is there now an opportunity to kind of tailor that a little bit better?
For sure, we can always improve. I mean, we're a feedback company at heart too, and fortunately, we get great feedback from our customers, and that's what's fueled the next phase of our roadmap. We've got some of the most innovative companies in the supply chain in North America that we're working with, and they're telling us this is how we become better, and so we're happy to partner with them to make that happen. But you ask about questions. A big thing for Workhound that helps us stand out from anyone else out there is that we embrace open-ended feedback. So typically you have survey tools or questions out there, and surveys create bias. It's management saying we think we know what the issues are, but if your turnover rate's hovering around 100%, you got blind spots. And so with us at Workhound, we're here to help you fill in the blind spots and figure out what do I not even know to ask about that our people are facing so that we can do something about it. And so that's a really big differentiator for us. And we'll certainly continue to amplify that and then help companies figure out where to drill down on the challenging areas inside their business.
And Max, without giving too much away, as we move forward, what does the roadmap look like for Workhound? Is there any area that you're looking to really hone in on or any project that you're really excited about getting into?
Yeah, for us, initially as a company, it was focused on how do we help companies retain individual drivers or workers. And we built out a really great feature set where last year we helped companies retain about 9,000 workers across the supply chain. And we're really proud of that. But what we're seeing, especially as we start to work with larger companies in North America, more companies are really wanting to understand the feedback data. And so continuing to enhance our analytics offerings is really important so that instead of companies just relying on spreadsheet data or telematics data to make people decisions, we really want people to rely on people data to make people decisions. And Workhound is a great resource for that. And then we're also going to continue to build out new ways to take action on that feedback. Because again, getting that feedback, it's easy. Anyone can go out and do that. You can pick up a phone, you can use a form online. The tough stuff is analyzing it and acting on it. And that's where we'll spend a lot of our time to really help companies become a better version of themselves.
So you mentioned that you guys are a people company, and we talked to you and we talked to Katie Love a lot, and both of you guys seem like you genuinely love your job. You love working for Workhound. You love taking care of the folks in the industry that are providing this feedback. What does this type of funding mean as far as building out your specific business? Are you guys looking at expansion of team members, expansions of offices? What are you guys planning on doing with that?
Yeah, so you're right. You're spot on. I love my job. I love the team that we work with. And a big part of this fundraise is taking care of our people. You know, our team has busted their tail to help us get to this point, and now we're in a really great position to help our people grow. And that's one of the most rewarding things about growing a company is that then new opportunities exist for our people to take on new responsibilities, whether that's leading teams or specializing in new ways. So that's one of the things that's going to be really rewarding for us as part of this. But you're spot on. We are going to grow the team. We definitely need help as we tackle a larger piece of the supply chain and build out some of these new features. And we're a work from anywhere company. We certainly have a presence in Chattanooga and Des Moines, but everyone is remote at this point. And our whole goal is how do we continue to innovate and find new ways to take care of people? So like, for example, we do every other Friday off, and we hit our goals quarter after quarter, even though people are technically working less, just because that's the right way to take care of people long term. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I think that's a great way to look at it, and especially as how you take care of your people. Really, I think it's almost like you're doing things right because you're practicing what you preach and really kind of helping maintain your own retention as well. When you're looking at the industry as a whole, of course, we talk about how there needs to be more done with this retention, not just with drivers, but throughout the industry as a whole. When you look at other parts of the supply chain, are there any other areas that you're really starting to focus in on? I know you look at really all over, but are there any other areas besides maybe some of the on the ground frontline folks? Are you looking at offices as well, or maybe warehouse and things like that?
Yeah, so we certainly have companies that are using Workhound for their office staff. And so it's a really fun evolution where they said, hey, this works really well for our drivers. Can it work for our office staff and for our technicians? And it was absolutely. And so companies have really started to evolve different parts of their business as a result of using Workhound across the entire company. But absolutely, as we grow, a natural evolution for us is working with the companies that the trucks back up against. So certainly shippers, logistics companies, warehouses, manufacturing, all are on the table. I mean, the challenges of this labor market right now exist everywhere, and companies are really trying to figure out how do we take care of our people. Listening is a really great place to start, and so we're here to support them on that.
And it's not a supply chain if every link in it isn't functioning together as one. Max, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always great to have you. If people maybe want to now get a little bit more interested in Workhound, where should they go to do that?
Absolutely. So you see the neon sign. It's just workhound.com. We'd love to have a conversation with anyone and everyone about how we can make the industry better. Thank you all so much.
All right, Max, thank you as always. Right now, we're going to toss it back over to the wall. We've got meteorologist Nick Austin here. It sounds like it's about to start raining here in Freight Alley. I've got some thunder that I'm hearing. Nick, what are you talking about as far as storms go in the southeast today?